what they intended to manifest. The way to establish a relationship with spirit and access the power of this creating principle is to continuously contemplate yourself as being surrounded by the conditions you wish to produce. I encourage you to emphasize this idea by underlining the previous sentence both in this book and in your mind. Dwell on the idea of a supreme infinite power producing the results that you desire. This power is the creative power of the universe. It's responsible for everything coming into focus. By trusting it to provide the form and conditions for its manifestations, you establish a relationship to intention that allows you to be connected for as long as you practice this kind of personal intent. The Wright brothers didn't contemplate staying on the ground of things. Alexander Graham Bell didn't contemplate the non-communication of things. Thomas Edison didn't contemplate the darkness of things. In order to float an idea into your reality, you must be willing to do a somersault into the inconceivable and land on your feet. Contemplating what you want instead of what you don't have. You will then start floating your desire instead of sinking them. The law of manifestation is like the law of flotation, and you must contemplate it working for you instead of contemplating it not working. This is accomplished by establishing a strong connecting link between you and the invisible formless field of energy and the power of intention. 1 second. Whatever you intend to create in your life involves generating the same life-giving quality that brings everything into existence. The spirit of anything, the quality that allows it to come into the world of form, is truly as a general principle. So why not activate it within you? The power of intention simply awaits your ability to make the connection. We are already established that intention isn't a material substance with measurable physical qualities. As an example of this, think of artists. Their creation aren't merely a function of the quality of the paint, brush, canvas, or any other combination of materials they use. To understand and grasp the creation of masterpiece, we have to take into account the thoughts and feelings of the artist. We must know and enter into the movement of the creative mind of the artist in order to understand the creation process. The artist creates something out of nothing. Without the thoughts and feelings of the artist, there would be no art. It is that particular creative mind in contemplation that links to intention to give birth to what we call an artistic creation. This is how the power of intention worked in creating you, someone new, entirely unique, someone out of nothing. Producing this in yourself means encountering the creative impulse and knowing that the power of intention is reaching for the realization of all that it feels and that it is expressing itself as you. What you're feeling is a function of how you're thinking, what you're contemplating, and how your inner speech is being formulated. If you could tap it to the feeling of the power of intention, you would sense that it is ever increasing and confident in itself because its formative power is so infallible that it never misses its mark. It's always increasing and creating. The forward movement of spirit is a given. The power of intention yearns towards fuller expressions of life, just as the artist's feelings pour out in a fuller expression of his or her ideas and thoughts. Feelings are clues about your destiny and potential. and they are seeking the full expression of life through you. Wow. How do you enter into a spirit of intention? What, which is all about feelings expressing life. How do you enter into the spirit of intention, which is all about feelings expressing life? You can nurture it by your continual ongoing expectation of the infallible spiritual law of increase being a part of your life. We saw it through your imaginary capacity to see higher vibrations, and we heard it in the voice given to it by spiritual masters throughout the ages. It is everywhere. It wants to express life. It's pure love in action. It's confident. And guess what? You are it, but you're forgotten. You need to simply trust your ability to cheerfully rely upon spirit to express itself through and for you. Your task is to contemplate the energies of life, love, beauty, and kindness. Every action that's in harmony with this originating principle of intention gives expression to your own power of intention. Thank you. Would anyone else like to take over?
There are no names. I can take. You want me to share the screen, Deepa?
Sorry?
Do you want me to share the screen now, or are you comfortable?
Yeah, if you want, you can take over, Mansi, if it's okay with you.
No, no, no. I'm asking about the screen sharing. Do you want me to share
Yeah,
the screen?
screen share only. Screen share, I stopped it.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, if it's possible, you do it. Otherwise, I'll continue. I'll-
Yeah, no, I can do it.
Okay, then.
And
So
I
we
can
don't have
read.
any more. Yeah, Richa, go ahead. Thank you.
Now I can read too if there are no
Yeah,
other.
yeah, Richa. Yeah, yeah, you can read. You can read. Others, please type your name in the chat box. I'll just share for you. Just help me locate the proper para. Did we read this? Entering into the spirit of intention. Deepa, where did you stop? Anyone
Yeah,
know?
I was on mute. Yeah. Um, we are
Is this over?
in your will and your imagination.
Your will and your yeah, yeah, yeah. Deep, Richa, you can take over from me.
Okay, thank you. Your will and your imagination. There is no disputing the existence of your free will. You are a being with a mind capable of making choices. Indeed, you are in a continuous state of deliberate choice making during your life. This isn't about free will versus predetermined destiny, but look carefully at how you have chosen to rely on your ability to will yourself toward whatever you desire. Intention in this book isn't about having a strong desire and backing it up with a pit bull kind of determination. Having a strong will and being filled with resolve to accomplish inner goals is asking ego to be the guiding force in your life. I will do this thing. I will never be stupid. I will never give up. These are admirable traits, but they won't reconnect you to intention. Your willpower is so much less effective than your imagination, which is your link to the power of intention. Imagination is the movement of the universal mind within you. Your imagination creates the inner picture that allows you to participate in the act of creation. It's the invisible connecting link to manifesting your own destiny. Can you scroll down, Mansi? Thank you. Try to imagine willing yourself to do something that your imagination doesn't want you to do. Your will is the ego part of you that believes you are separate from others, separate from what you would like to accomplish or have, and separate from God. It also believes that you are your acquisitions, achievements, and accolades. This ego will wants you to constantly acquire evidence of your importance. It pushes you toward proving your superiority and acquiring things you're willing to chase after with hyper dedication and resolve. On the other hand, your imagination is the concept of spirit within you. It's the God within you. Read William Blake's description of imagination. Blake believed that with imagination, we have the power to be anything we desire to be. I rest not from my great task to open the eternal worlds, to open the immortal eyes of man inwards into the worlds of thought, into eternity, ever expanding in the bosom of God, the human imagination. From Jerusalem by William Blake. Now go back to the idea of willing yourself to do something when your imagination says no. An example of a firewalk comes to my mind. You can stare at those hot coals and will yourself to walk across them. And if you rely exclusively on your willpower, you will end up with severe burns and blisters. But if you imagine yourself divinely protected, in Blake's words, in the bosom of God, and can see yourself in your imagination able to be something beyond your body, you can accomplish the firewalk unscathed. As you imagine yourself impervious to the heat of the red hot coals, you begin to feel yourself as something beyond your body. You visualize yourself as stronger than fire. Your inner picture of purity and protection lets you will yourself to walk across the coals. It's your imagination that allows you to be safe. Without it, you would be scorched. I recall imagining myself being able to complete my first marathon run of 26 plus miles. It wasn't my will that got me through those 3.5 hours of continuous running. It was my inner imagination. I tuned into it and then allowed my body to be pushed to its limit through my will. Without that image, no amount of will would have been sufficient for me to complete that endeavor. And so it is with everything. Willing yourself to be happy, successful, wealthy, number one, famous, the top salesperson, or the richest person in your community are ideas born of the ego and its obsessive self absorption. In the name of this willpower, people run roughshod over anyone who gets in their way, cheating, stealing, and deceiving to accomplish their personal intention. Yet these kinds of practices will ultimately lead to disaster. You may achieve the physical goal of your individual intention. However, your imagination, that inner place where you do all of your living, won't allow you to feel peaceful. I've used this power of imagination over my will in the production of all of my life's work. For instance, I see myself as having already completed this book. This thinking from the end causes me to behave as if all that I would like to create is already done. My credo is imagine myself to be and I shall be, and it's an image that I keep with me at all times. I don't complete a book because I have a strong will to do so. That would mean I believe that it's me, the body named Wayne Dyer, that's doing all of this. Whereas my imagination has no physical boundaries and no name called Wayne Dyer. My imagination is my very own chip of the old block of intention. It provides what I need. It allows me to sit here and write. It guides my pen in my hand and fills in all the blanks. I, Wayne Dyer, am not willing this book into reality. My picture of it is so clear and precise that it manifests itself. In ancient times, a divine being named Hermes wrote, that which is manifested. That which has been or shall be is unmanifested but not dead. For soul, the eternal activity of God animates all things. Can you scroll down, Mansi? These are significant words to ponder as you think about reconnecting to intention and gaining the power to create anything that's in your imagination. You, your body, and your ego do not intend, do not create, do not animate anything into life. Set your ego aside. By all means, have an aim in life and be full of determination. But rid yourself of the illusion that you are the one who is going to manifest your heart's desire through your will. It's your imagination that I want you to focus on throughout the reading of this book and view all of your determined goals and activities as functions of your imagination working, guiding, encouraging, and even pushing you in the direction that the intention had for you while you were still in an unmanifested state. You're looking for a vibrational match up of your imagination and the source of all creation. Your imagination allows you the fabulous luxury of thinking from the end. There is no stopping anyone who can think from the end. You create the means and surmount limitations in connection with your desires. In imagination, dwell on the end, fully confident that it's there in the material world and that you can use the ingredients of the all creative source to make it tangible. Since the source of everything proceeds with grace and its alluring seven faces, then you too shall use this method and only this method to co-create all that you were intended to be, becoming indifferent to doubt and to the call of your will. Remain confident that through continued reliance on your imagination, your assumptions are materializing into reality. Reconnecting to intention involves expressing the same seven faces that the all creating source uses to bring the unmanifest into the manifest. If imagination works for God, then surely it works for you too. Through imagination, God imagines everything into reality. This is your new strategy as well. Does anyone else want to read? I can continue, but I'm just checking since we only have roughly 15 minutes of reading.
I can take up, but you finish. You when you feel like stopping, I'll take it.
Okay, okay. Sounds good.
I think Mansi has put in her name.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
but that's just optional. Anyone else wants to read, they can also take over. You want to read Pallavi or
no, I
who's?
think it is Deepika. Deepika.
Yeah, Deepika, you want to read?
Yeah, I can. I can. But I
Okay,
think
yeah.
in the chat box, Mansi has written her name.
No, no, that's okay. I just put in because no one was there, so I just put
Okay,
in
okay.
my.
You have put in your name. Sorry, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Deepika, you can start from here, applying the seven phases.
Okay, thank you. Good morning,
Yeah.
everyone.
Good
Applying the
morning.
seven phases for connecting to intention. Having been in the business of human development of most of my life, the question I most frequently hear is, how do I go about getting what I want? At this juncture of my life, as I sit here writing this book, my response is, if you become what you think about, and what you think about is getting what you want, then you will stay in a state of wanting. So, the answer to how to get what you want is to reframe the question to, how do I go about getting what I intend to create? My answer to that question is in the remaining pages of this chapter. But my short answer is this: you get what you intend to create by being in harmony with the power of intention, which is responsible for all of creation. Become just like intention, and you will co create all that you contemplate. When you become one with intention, you are transcending the ego mind and becoming the universal, all creative mind. John Randolph Price writes in a Spiritual Philosophy for the New World. Until you transcend the ego, you can go to nothing. But add to the insanity of the world. That statement should delight you rather than create despair, for it removes the burden from your shoulders. Begin to remove that ego burden from your shoulders and reconnect to intention. When you lay your ego aside and return to that from which you originally emanated, you will begin to immediately see the power of intention working with, for, and through you in a multitude of ways. I repeat this. When you lay your ego aside and return to that from which you originally emanated, you will begin to immediately see the power of intention working with, for, and through you in a multitude of ways. Here are those seven faces revisited to help you to begin to make them a part of your life. Be creative. Being creative means trusting your own purpose and having an attitude of unbending intent in your daily thoughts and activities. Staying creative means giving from to your personal intentions. A way to start giving them form is to literally put them in writing. For instance, in my writing space here on Moi, I have written out my intentions, and here are a few of them that stare at me each day as I write. My intention is for all of my activities to be directed by Spirit. My intention is to love and radiate my love to my writing and any who might read these words. My intention is to trust in what comes through me and to be a vehicle of spirit, judging none of it. My intention is to recognize the spirit as my source and to detach from my ego. My intention is to do all that I can to elevate the collective consciousness to be more closely in rapport with the spirit of the originating supreme power of intention. To express your creativity and put your own intentions into the world of the manifest, I recommend that you practice japa. Beautiful. To express your creativity and put your own intentions into the world of the manifest, I recommend that you practice japa, a technique first offered by the ancient Vedas. Japa meditation is the repetition of the sound of the names of God while simultaneously focusing on what you intend to manifest. Repeating the sound within the name of God while asking for what you want generates creative energy to manifest your desires. And your desires are the movement of the universal mind within you. Now, you may be skeptical about the feasibility of such an undertaking. Well, I ask you to open yourself to this idea of japa as an expression of your creative link to intention. I won't describe the method in depth here because I have written about it in a small book with an accompanying CD by House called Getting in the Gap, Making conscious contact with God through meditation. For now, just know that I consider meditating and practicing japa essential in the quest to realign yourself with the power of intention. So powerful. For now, just know that I consider meditating and practicing japa essentially in the quest to realign yourself with the power of intention. The power is creation, and you need to be in your own unique state of creativity to collaborate with the power of intention. Meditation and japa are surefire ways to do so. Second, be kind. A fundamental attribute of the supreme originating power is kindness. All that's manifested is brought here to thrive. It takes a kindly power to want what it creates to thrive and multiply. Were this not the case, then all that's created would be destroyed by the same power that created it. In order to reconnect to intention, you must be on the same kindness wavelength as intention itself. You must be on the same kindness and wavelength as intention itself. Make an effort to live in cheerful kindness. It's a much higher energy than sadness or malevolence, and it makes the manifestation of your desires possible. It's through giving that we receive. It's through act of kindness directed towards others that our immune system are strengthened and even our serotonin levels increased. Low energy thoughts that weaken us fall in the realm of shame, anger, hatred, judgment, and fear. Each of these inner thoughts weakens us and inhibits us from attracting into our lives what we desire. If we become what we think about, and what we think about is what's wrong with the world, and how angry and ashamed and fearful we are, it stands to reason that we will act on those unkind thoughts and become what we are thinking about. When you think, feel, and act kindly, you give yourself the opportunity to be like the power of intention. When you are thinking and acting otherwise, you have left the field of intention and you have assured yourself of feeling cheated by the all creative spirit of intent. So powerful. Kindness toward yourself. Think yourself like this. There is a universal intelligence subsisting throughout nature, inherent in every one of its manifestations. You are one of those manifestations. You are a piece of this universal intelligence, a slice of God, if you will. Be good to God, since all that God creates was good. Be good to yourself. You are God manifested, and that's reason enough to treat yourself kindly. Remind yourself that you want to be kind to yourself in all the choices that you make about your daily life. Treat yourself with kindness when you eat, exercise, play, work, love, and everything else. Treating yourself kindly will hasten your ability to connect to intention. Kindness towards others. A basic tenet of getting along and being happy, as well as enlisting the assistance of others toward achieving all that you want to attract, is that people want to help you and do things for you. When you are kind to others, you receive kindness in return. A boss who's unkind gets very little cooperation from his employees. Being unkind with children makes them want to get even rather than help you out. Kindness given is kindness returned. If you wish to connect to intention and become someone who achieves all of your objectives in life, you are going to need the assistance of a multitude of folks. By practicing extending kindness everywhere, you will find support showing up in ways that you could never have predicted. This idea of extending kindness is particularly relevant in how you deal with people who are helpless, elderly, mentally challenged, poor, disabled, and so on. These people are all part of God's perfection. They too have a divine purpose. And since all of us are connected to each other through spirit, their purpose and intent is also connected to you. Here's a brief story that will touch you at the heart level. It suggests that those whom we meet who are less than able to care for themselves may have come here to teach us something about the perfection of intention. Read it and know that this kind of thinking, feeling, and behavior empowers you to connect to intention through matching its kindness with your own. In Brooklyn, New York, CHESH is a school that caters to learning disabled children. Some children remain at CHESH for their entire school career, while others can be mainstreamed into conventional schools. At a CHESH fundraiser dinner, the father of a CHESH child delivered a speech that would never be forgotten by all who attended. After extolling the school and its dedicated staff, he cried out, "Where is the perfection in my son, Shaya? Everything God does is done with perfection, but my child cannot understand things as other children do. My child cannot remember facts and figures as other children do. Where is God's perfection?" The audience was shocked by the question, pained by the father's anguish, and stilled by the piercing query. "I believe," the father answered, "that when God brings a child like this into the world, the perfection that he seeks is in the way people react to this child." He then told the following story about his son, Shaya. One afternoon, Shaya and his father walked past a park where some boys Shaya knew were playing baseball. Shaya asked, "Do you think they will let me play?" Shaya's father knew that his son was not at all athletic and that most boys would not want him on their team. But Shaya's father understood that if his son was chosen to play, it would give him a sense of belonging. Shaya's father approached one of the boys on the field and asked if Shaya could play. The boy looked around for guidance from his teammates. Getting none, he took matters into his own hands and said, "We are losing by 6 runs, and the game is in the eighth inning. I guess he can be on our team, and we will try to put him up to bat in the ninth inning." Shaya's father was ecstatic as Shaya smiled broadly. Shaya was told to put on a glove and go out to play in center field. In the bottom of the eighth inning, Shaya's team scored a few runs but was still behind by 3. In the bottom of the ninth inning, Shaya's team scored again and now had 2 outs and the bases loaded with the potential winning run on base. Shaya was scheduled to be up. Would the team actually let Shaya bat at this juncture and give away their chance to win the game? Surprisingly, Shaya was given the bat. Everyone knew that it was all but impossible because Shaya didn't even know how to hold that bat properly, let alone hit with it. However, as Shaya stepped up to the plate, the pitcher moved a few steps to lob the ball in softly so Shaya could at least be able to make contact. The first pitch came in, and Shaya swung clumsily and missed. One of Shaya's teammates came up to Shaya, and together they held the bat and faced the pitcher, waiting for the next pitch. The pitcher again took a few steps forward to toss the ball softly towards Shaya. As the pitch came in, Shaya and his teammate swung the bat, and together they hit a slow ground ball to the pitcher. The pitcher picked up the soft grounder and could easily have thrown the ball to the first baseman. Shire would have been out, and that would have ended the game. Instead, the pitcher took the ball and threw it on a high arc to right field, far beyond the reach of the first baseman. Everyone started yelling, Shire, run to first, run to first. Never in his life had Shire run to first. He scampered down the baseline wide eyed and startled. By the time he reached first base, the right fielder had the ball. He could have thrown the ball to the second baseman, who would tag out Shire, who was still running. But the right fielder understood what the pitcher's intention were. So he threw the ball high and far over the third baseman's head. Everyone yelled, Run to second, run to second. Should we stop? Or Shire
Finish the
ran
story,
toward.
then we.
Someone is writing, I think time is up. Yeah, Manish ji. I think let's complete this story.
Yes, yes.
So threw the ball. Run to second, run to second. Shire ran towards second base as the runners ahead of him deliriously circled the bases towards home. As Shire reached second base, the opposing shortstop ran to him, turned him in the direction of third base, and shouted, Run to third. As Shire rounded third, the boys from both teams ran behind him, screaming, Shire, run home. Shire ran home, stepped on home plate, and all 18 boys lifted him on their shoulders and made him the hero, as he had just hit a grand slam and won the game for his team. That day, said the father softly, with tears now rolling down his face, those 18 boys reached their level of God's perfection. Beautiful.
Wow, what a story. I'll just scroll through and see how much is there for the chapter. There is another story, I think. Uh, I think this next para is an extension of uh, the same thing. There is one more story. Third. Can we finish the second point so we can start from the third one tomorrow? Because there is still a lot to cover. So we cover that part at least. Is it okay? We'll go another 2-3 minutes maybe. Yeah, this part we can take up tomorrow because we're out of time. Is it okay? There is one more story and I think it's just one page or half a page more. What do
Yeah,
others
go ahead.
think?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, be love we can take tomorrow. Yeah, Deepika.
Yeah.
You want to continue?
If anyone wants to take, otherwise it's okay to me.
Yeah, yeah, go on, go on. You
Okay.
finish up to this part
Yeah.
and then
If
stop.
you don't feel, yeah, if you don't feel a tug in your heart and a tear in your eye after reading this story, then it's unlikely that you will ever know the magic of connecting back to the kindness of the supreme, all originating source. Kindness toward all of life. In the ancient teachings of Patanjali, we are reminded that all living creatures are impacted dramatically by those who remain steadfast in the absence of thoughts of harm directed outward. Practice kindness towards all animals, tiny and huge, the entire kingdom of life on earth, such as the forest, the deserts, the beaches, and all that has the essence of life pulsating within it. You cannot reconnect to your source and know the power of intention in your life without the assistance of the environment. You are connected to this environment. Without gravity, you cannot walk. Without the water, you cannot live a day. Without the forest, the sky, the atmosphere, the vegetation, the minerals, all of it, your desire to manifest and reach intention is Meaningless. Extend thoughts of kindness everywhere. Practice kindness towards earth by picking up a piece of litter that's on your path, or saying a silent prayer of gratitude for the existence of rain, the color of flowers, or even the paper you hold it in your hand. That was donated by a tree. The universe responds in kind to what you elect to radiate outward. If you say with kindness in your voice and in your heart, how may I serve you? The universe's response will be, how may I serve you as well? So beautiful. It's attractor energy. It's the spirit of cooperation with all of life that emerges from the essence of intention. And this spirit of kindness is one that you must learn to match if connecting back to intention is your desire. My daughter Sommer has written from her experience about how small acts of kindness go a long way. I was getting off the turnpike one rainy afternoon and pulled up to the toll booth. While fumbling through my purse, the woman smiled at me and said, "The car before you has paid your toll." I told her I was traveling alone and extended my money. She replied, "Yes, the man instructed me to tell the next person who came to my booth to have a brighter day." That small act of kindness did give me a brighter day. I felt so moved by someone I would never know. I began to wonder how I could brighten someone else's day. I called my best friend and told her about my paid toll. She said she had never thought of doing that, but it was a great idea. She goes to the University of Kentucky and decided to pay for the person behind her every day on her way to school as he exits the toll road. I laughed at her sincerity. "You think I am kidding?" she said, "but like you said, it's only 50 cents." As we hung up, I wondered if the man who paid my toll even fathomed that his thoughtfulness would travel to Kentucky. I had an opportunity to extend kindness at the supermarket one day when I had my cart filled to the top with food that my roommate and I would share over the next 2 weeks. The woman behind me had an antsy toddler and not nearly as much in her cart as I had. I said to her, "Why won't you go first? You don't have as much as I do." The woman looked at me as if I would just sprouted extra limbs or something. She replied, "Thank you so much. I haven't seen many people around here be thoughtful of another person. We have moved here from Virginia and are considering moving back because we are questioning whether this is the right place to raise our 3 children." Then she told me that she was about ready to give up and move back home, even though it would create a huge financial strain on her family. She said, "I would promised myself if I didn't see a sign by the end of today, I was going to demand that we move back to Virginia. You are my sign." She thanked me again, smiling as she left the store. I was flabbergasted, realizing that such a small gesture had impacted a whole family. The clerk said as she was checking me out, "You know what, girl? You just made my day." I walked out smiling, wondering how many people my act of kindness would affect. The other day, I was getting a breakfast sandwich and coffee and thought my co-workers might like some donuts. The 4 guys I work with at the stables live in the little apartments at the front of the barns. None of them has a car, but they share a bike. I explained to them that the donuts were for them. The look of gratitude on each of their faces was rewarding in an immeasurable way. I haven't worked there all that long, and I think that those 12 small donuts helped break the ice a little bit. My small act of kindness turned into something huge as the week went on. We started looking out for one another more carefully and working as a team.
Yeah, we are done. We are done with this part.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we have done.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's the new part
Okay.
starting now.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Deepika, for
Thank
reading.
you.
Thank you, Deepika and Deepa. Yeah, we are open for discussion. We'll just keep it very, very short today because we are out of time. We extended our reading time today. So, yeah, we are all open for discussion and please share whatever you would like to. Yeah, Richa.
Okay, very quick. I just have two things. The first one, when the author was talking about us being an instrument or a channel, right? Rather than thinking that I am doing this or I am accomplishing this, knowing that it's a higher power that we are connecting with and using our imagination. So it reminded me of a very beautiful bhajan or a song which is in alignment with this thought, which is मेरा आपकी कृपा से सब काम हो रहा है, करती नहीं मैं कुछ भी, करती नहीं मैं कुछ भी, और मगर फिर
मेरा
भी सब
काम
हो
हो
रहा है.
रहा है, मेरा आपकी
हाँ,
कृपा से सब काम हो रहा है, करते हो तुम कन्हैया, मेरा नाम हो
मेरा नाम हो
Can you
रहा है.
sing it
Yes.
for us, Deepika? So, like maybe at the end, if you want, like if you want to do it at the end, because Richa, I don't know if she remembers, but Deepika used to sing this for us during the Bhagavad Gita sessions. So I just remembered. I have I have the memory of this in Deepika's voice only.
Oh,
So
okay. I had not, like,
I just
I
saw
know I
the
had attended a couple of those sessions, but I had not probably stuck to the end where I could hear
yeah.
this. But I have sung this song like another version, not the Kanhaiya version, but the Maya version, where you are thanking the Devi, the goddess. And I sang it with my mom, when she was here visiting me. So I have fond memories of this song. So yeah, so it connected with me very well, the whole idea. And then the other point is also in alignment with this, when he talked about jap meditation. So for years I have resonated with mantra meditation, and repeating it myself as well, and just strengthening that practice. So I was very happy that that he is, just like some other authors and some of the books that we have been reading, there is so much of inspiration from our Vedic culture. So that's very nice. So yeah, those were just the two things that I wanted to share.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, thank you. Uh, I have a share. So for me, basically, what I remembered was again like two, three things. So one is I had read in this book Big Magic, where Elizabeth Gilbert talks about how idea comes to you. So when we were reading about that first part, where your intent, you focus on what you want to achieve, then what is not there, and something like that about the Wright brothers and all. So she said that idea comes to you for a reason, and if you're not paying attention to the idea for a longer period of time, it looks for someone else to go and sit on their shoulder. And she's like very well personified idea. So I just remembered that part. It's a very beautiful book again. And the next thing that I just remembered was about this kindness. The stories were very touching, and yeah, I do follow through some of these and could connect very very well with them. So yeah, I had something else to share, but I'm not remembering right now. So if I remember, I'll share. Anyone else wants to
Yeah.
quickly?
Quickly, just one thing. We are all created for a purpose. There's an intention behind our creation. So we should fulfill that intention with our perfect imagination without doubting it. And that's very important. That, as Mansi just said, we are, if our intention is not fulfilled, the purpose for which we are born, then that intention will shift to someone else. So we get all the opportunity. It's just up to us with our imagination, with our thinking. We have to fulfill that intention for which we are born. Thank you.
Yeah, and what I believe now, also one more thing is our intention, like or dream or purpose or all these things are too big for everyone to like understand and really know what is it for us. And it's a way. Somewhere I just read this beautiful quote like a purpose of is our life is to find our purpose. So basically, these small things eventually I feel leads us to our purpose. So it's all these small inspired actions that we take, just like the story of that boy that we read today, where the if what if the father as itself thought that no, how can I ask these guys, how can I ask something like that, and if he had stopped himself in the first place. So the father allowed, and then everything just fall into place, and the kids also accepted, and everything. So I love that perfection story. It's and I remembered Vandana somehow during this. I just wanted to share, and yeah, that Shaya story, that was beautiful. It was very touching, and I feel we need to give life and such small inspired actions a chance for things to fall in place. Otherwise, things will never happen if we stop if we don't stopping ourselves from taking such small inspired actions, thinking they're stupid, they're not relevant here or whatever. Sometimes these small things take us to a big purpose that we are actually meant to be, and it unfolds itself in these small steps, is what I feel. So yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, Manishi, yes.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. It was great reading today, and the same thing I sent yesterday, and it really aligned with what we read today about the power of imagination. And you know that the power of imagination has to be followed by belief, creativity, and action. And what I feel is that if I relate to myself only, whatever I have not achieved till date is lack of belief. Every human mind has the power to create to see everybody has some imagination in life, whatever we want to do and achieve. But the problem is that we are short of belief, and because of short of belief, we are short of action. So we should be, just like, if you have to go very far, you have to be you see, your belief is your fuel in your car to go the last mile, right? So but what I feel is that using that power of imagination, and equally we should have that power of belief, and the belief should be that unlimited effort with conviction we should have on every act of life. So what I feel is that if the power of imagination is followed by belief and action, then anything you imagine can be achieved. And so the same thing I'm applying to my own work in day-to-day life, and I can see my progress the way I want to see that. So what I learned from the book is that power of imagination, you should have unlimited belief in yourself, that your imagination is supposed to is there to get the reality out of it. So you should never doubt your imagination, and you should have 100% belief on what you want to do. So that when you have 100% belief, you'll do everything to make it happen with the with positivity, joy, and happiness, and with zero doubts. And one more thing is, every success and failure is putting you one step ahead. We don't realize that, okay, I was not able to do something, and so I feel that, okay, maybe I'm not worth it or something like that. But if I keep going, the failure is also working for you, because failure teaches you so many things that you can't learn otherwise. And yesterday I was listening to Shah Rukh Khan on YouTube somewhere, and he was saying that he had so many flops movies. He said he had some 50 movies, and I think 40% were a lot of flop movies. But what he said was that if you keep doing what you intend to do, at the end it will be all fine. So the point is, if you are doing what you intend to do, and you go through so many, whatever big success, big failures, they don't count much. as long as you keep going on your way, because down the line your intention and your belief will find the answer to every question you might have. And then everything you what you imagine will become a reality. And this is the law of attraction. And the people who have achieved so much in life till date is only because of power imagination and the power of their belief. Yes, they can do that, like all the discoveries and so many things like that. And I'm applying the same thing in my day-to-day life, and I can see the difference in myself, like how I pursue things and how I go over all the challenges and how I interact with people and how I look at things. And things take time, so we should never hurry up, because it's just like a tree grows to its full potential in its lifetime, but it grows very slow. So the focus has to be on the consistency, like small actions on a day-to-day basis. And because the big things lies in small actions, but on a continuous basis. So the bottom line is we should be we should have strong belief that what I'm trying to achieve, I can do that. So the belief is the unlimited supply of energy inside you, which makes you achieve something in life. Great. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. That was very nice, Maniji. Yes, very true. Agree with what you shared. Pallavi wants to share something, right? Pallavi, you can unmute and speak.
So गलती से रेज हो गया था.
ओके ओके ओके, मुझे लगा आपको कुछ बोलना है.
But
Yeah,
still,
yeah.
you should speak something now. If,
I,
that
I
is,
think we should the ones who are not speaking should speak something, like just do share something, at least one thing that was your biggest takeaway. Let's make it a practice, like everyone speaks at least one line or something as a takeaway, as you're here. So please share something, one line at least. Yeah, Pallavi, Deepika ji, Rahul ji, who's not spoken yet, say something. Pallavi, what was your biggest takeaway from today's reading?
And actually, I joined late ना तब आप share कर रहे थे. So I just heard what you all people said. So I loved the way Richa ji told na, and Manish ji told about consistencies. Start small to achieve big, but consistency should be there. So this is what I liked. Wishing everybody a very amazing good morning. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Okay, thank you. Yeah, yeah. Yes, Deepika?
Yeah, the reading was so profound and so powerful. Thank you so much. And my takeaways are a lot, but sharing in a few points that the power of imagination, which the visualizations and imaginations, what the author about said, and along with that, the Vedic mantras and chanting and japa, as someone else has already said that I am not doing all these things. I means ego. In previous chapter, we have also read this, that I am doing means that you are saying from your ego point of view. So aligning with the imaginations with that japa and meditations, I like a lot. And then again, the creativity and the kindness part in this, I think the author shared about kindness towards yourself, kindness to others, and kindness to the creatures. So these three, even the kindness to rain, earth. So the beautiful concept was there. The story of Shaya was wonderful. And I have got the opportunity like this in my hometown. I used to visit this type of centers where mentally retarded kids are there, and they are from very very well background. In some houses both the kids are like this, boy and a girl, and they are so big, 18 years, 20 years, 25 years, but their mind is like a child. So we used to sing bhajans and we used to this Hare Krishna chanting with them. They used to create the paintings, drawings, and we used to teach them ABCD alphabets. So their memory is so less. They remember 2 3 letters today and they will forget by tomorrow. So, but again and again repetition with them, and bringing out their imaginations, their creativity in the form of coloring. They used to color beautifully. उनको ऐसा हट बना दिया, and mountains and river निकल रही है and उसमें वो लोग colors करते हैं and bhajan गाते हैं. They sung from their inner voice, inner heart. So all that atmosphere, like मतलब it becomes mesmerizing, means बहुत emotional atmosphere हो जाता था उस time पर. And yes, मतलब मैं उस चीज को connect कर पाई. I love that part. Kindness should be there. And the third point I want to share, that the author reinforces that low energies will bring fear, doubts, worries, angers. When we are stuck into our day to day chores, we sometimes get stuck into our low energies of hatred, jealousy, comparisons, and we create some wrong imaginations in our life. So the author clearly mentioned, when you are going into that part of low energy, you are going to face those negative emotions into your life, and you are going away from the power of intention. So that's need to be always reminding to yourself that never be into that well of lower energies, where you are going away from the divinity, away from the intentions and power of intentions and power of visualizations and imaginations. So these are the biggest key learnings through this reading. Thank you so much. Powerful reading.
This was so profound. We would have missed it if you had not spoken today. Thank you for sharing that with us. Very, very beautiful, Deepika. Beautifully summarized and loved your example. Yeah, very true. So kindness teaches us so many things, right? Like, and you shared a very personal example which was very, very related to the story that we read. So thank you for that. Yeah, Rahulji, you want to share something, please? And Pinaki, you want to speak? I know, like, so we can just, yeah, Rahulji, anything quick? Yeah,
For
yeah,
me, the time
Pinaki.
is up. My only request is that if you have set up some rules, just ask yourself what was the intention behind that, and are we fulfilling on that intention in real time, real life? That's it from my
Yes,
side.
yes. Okay, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Rahulji, you want to add something? I really want to see that every one of us shares something as a takeaway, so it benefits others who are listening as well as it is that when we speak, we also open our minds, like we the thoughts gets aligned also, and we contribute at the same time. Anything, Rahulji, you want to share? Just asking because uh, you're the only one who's not spoken today so far. Okay, I can't see him answering. Okay, yeah.
Mansi,
Pinaki ji, you can take up like anything, whatever you wanted to share, you can like share in a minute or so, like no problem. Yeah. We don't want anyone to go away without sharing. Yeah, Pinaki ji, whatever you wanted to add quickly, because even you have not spoken, right? So please do share.
I've already shared my intention. That's
Okay,
it.
that was it. Okay, no problem. Yeah, yeah. I thought you had something else to share.
Mansi, I want to add one thing. See, when I see the power of intention, I see an intention of God through us. So when we see the intention of God through us, then there is no point to doubt the intention of God, and we have to just believe that and just keep on doing that. So that's what I see the power of intention, the intention of the God through us.
Yeah, that's what mentioned in the book today also. Yeah, very true. Thank you for highlighting that for us. Yeah, yeah.
And
Very true, very true.
when we have 100% belief, then this is only one thing that you need is the belief that you have. If you have 100% belief, you have everything. Everything else will get aligned with that belief. Because people give up because they don't have enough belief. And
Yes.
when I do focus on my things with 100% belief, I don't think of giving up any point of time, because I know it is going to happen. So why I have to give up, right? I see, I see it is just like living in the end. I see the possibility from the end and start from backwards, not like I start the backward and say, okay, what else I need to do it. I see the things happening the way I want them to, with that 100% belief. So I just want to share with everybody that whatever you do, have 100% belief, because there is a intention from the God through us, and we cannot doubt His intention through us. And we should have 100% belief to do whatever we are doing, and we'll make it happen for sure. Thank you.
Yes, very true. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. It was a beautiful, beautiful read. Now we'll meet again on Monday. So with Be Love as a topic. So yeah, meanwhile, Richa and I will be sharing the summary of the parts that read up until now, whatever we can, whatever we have recorded, all of that will be shared. So yeah, thank you everyone. So you can just go back. I would highly insist reread because this is a deep read. So possible, if possible, just brush through the read part again and reflect on it and share your insights in the group. And happy Women's Day to all the ladies in the room for tomorrow. And yes, see you all then on Monday. Thank
अरे
you so much.
मानसी, अभी आपने
Yes.
बोला था दीपिका जी और ऋचा जी का वो आपकी कृपा से का सॉन्ग होएगा।
अच्छा।
दोनों का
रिचा।
कोएट करा दिया, दोनों एक एक पैराग्राफ सुना देंगे, एक मैया में एक एक
Pallavi ji, next time.
प्लीज
Right
एक एक
now,
पैराग्राफ,
equals to
प्लीज
husband. He
प्लीज
has to go to
प्लीज
office.
प्लीज,
Acha.
जस्ट वन वन पैराग्राफ, एक मैया वाला हो जाएगा, एक
Deepika,
कन्हैया
what you
वाला हो।
can do, can you put it in the group? Will you be
नहीं
comfortable?
मानसी, प्लीज लाइव प्लीज।
Uh,
Just a minute, just a minute. Let's be quick, very quick.
she has to leave actually, so I think she's short of time. Uh,
मेरा
I'll go through.
आपकी कृपा से सब काम हो रहा है। मेरा आपकी कृपा से सब काम हो रहा है। करते हो तुम कन्हैया, मेरा नाम हो रहा है। करते हो तुम कन्हैया, मेरा नाम हो रहा है। मेरा आपकी कृपा से सब काम हो रहा है। पतवार के बिना ही मेरी नाव चल रही है। पतवार के बिना ही मेरी नाव चल रही है। बिन मांगे है कन्हैया, हर चीज मिल रही है। अब क्या बताऊं मोहन, अब क्या बताऊं मोहन, सब काम हो रहा है। करते हो तुम कन्हैया, मेरा नाम हो रहा है। मेरा आपकी कृपा से सब काम हो रहा है। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरि बोल। Thank you everyone.
That was so beautiful. Thank you, Deepika. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. See you all
Thank
on
you
Monday
so
now.
much. Uh,
Yeah. Richa, you like you want to wait or we can wrap up? You want to give me
Yeah,
the
I
host
was just
conclusion?
wrapping up the notes.
Yeah, even
And
I have taken the notes. I've actually tried this notes option today. So I'm just trying it actually.
okay.
I don't know how to share it though. I have taken notes in this notes option also and just figuring it out. So yeah, thank you for that. And yeah, you can also share. Let's see what we can do together. Also, we can figure that out.
No, so you
I think
want me to share, like
well,
I am going to share in the standard format that I have been sharing, or you don't want me to share?
no, no, you please do share. I'm just saying that additionally today even I have done that. That's the only thing.
Oh, okay.
I
No, no,
don't.
no. I
So
was just
that's
wondering
what
if you want
you
to,
can share.
yeah,
No, no,
because
no.
I
I'm
might
just
not.
sharing that even I was exploring it today along with you. That's the only thing.
Okay.
Mansi, I'm not able to open the file shared by Pinaki, sir. Are you able to open it?
Where is it shared? I'm not aware of it. Maybe on
In
the chat.
chat box. Yeah, yeah, chat box. He told ना कि उन्होंने file share कर दी instead of sharing in.
नहीं मुझे पता नहीं मैंने शायद
I
मिस
think
कर
it must be just like he always shares that make your day amazing or something, right? It must be a sticker that's not showing up. It is.
या
So it's
शायद
not.
वैसे रहेगा
Ah.
अच्छा
Okay, good day. Bye.
या थैंक यू
Bye.
या
Have a good one. Yep.
या बाय थैंक यू somehow the share option is with email only I guess I was hoping it to share in the WhatsApp or like through my personal WhatsApp group or something but that don't seem to happen I don't know leave it